Well, Craig, great to be catching up once again. I suppose we start with the news that the Upper Kop will be back open for Swansea. Just how much of a good thing is that for the supporters who can come back in again?
Yeah, it's great news. It's great news for the fans. It's great news for the players, for the club. There's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes from the senior management team, the board, and people that have helped along the way. But to get an extra few thousand in, I think it's the right time. So I think now the players need that extra push to get a result.
Yeah, you've experienced that St Andrews atmosphere on so many times as a player, and now in your current position as well. Just how much can it help the team?
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing, especially when you're struggling for a little bit of a win, a bit of momentum. To go out there and see that extra push. We all know what the fans are like. Great for us. So I think it's come. I think it has come at the right time.
Yeah. Are there any games that you remember as a player when you needed the crowd and they really sort of tugged you over the line?
Yeah, there was a few. Obviously, people talk about that semi-final, but we don't want to go into that now. But it's the fans. The fans are massive. The fans are the heartbeat of the club.
Yeah, Kids for a Quid also coinciding with the reopening of that Upper Kop as well. Just how important a scheme is that for Birmingham fans and people in this area as well?
Yeah, we've spoken about this quite a bit. We need to get this back. We need to get this back. We need to get more involved with the community, with the fans, with bringing kids up. I've been there a lot when I was a kid, Kids for a Quid. So I think it's a great gesture from the club, which hopefully will bring a better atmosphere on Saturday.
It's been a difficult 18 months for any sort of fan engagement and that sort of stuff because of the way the world has been, but now we're opening back up, we're able to put this gesture back on again. It's a nice nod to the fans, isn't it, after everything they've been through as well?
100%, yeah, definitely. It's to go through the whole last year with no fans and then to come back into football where fans are allowed back in the stadium and there's only half the stadium open. It's obviously hasn't been great, but the work behind the scenes to get the stadium open, I think now hopefully the fans will reap them rewards.
To the football itself, Craig, we're in a bit of a tough run of fixtures at the moment, just how the season started. Important going forwards, I suppose, that the club really pulls together as one in times like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think, what is it now, no goal in 6 games and no win in 7. But we know as a club that we're definitely aware as a club of what's happening, but we need to understand that there is a transition. We need to understand that talking about managers, talking about this, talking about that, we have to bring stability to this club. We have to bring stability to this club. We've had 10 managers, I think, in the last 7 years, and that doesn't bring success. So when we're talking about no goal in 6 games, no win in 7, the outside are thinking, what's going to happen at Birmingham City? What's happened in the past? I'll tell you what's happened in the past. We hire a manager. The manager does well. Then we start to lose a few games. Then people start talking about relegation. And then the manager gets fired. That's in the past. We want to leave that in the past. We want to look to the future. We want to look at stability. We want to look at success. So yes, we are going through a bit of a rocky patch. We are, but we have total belief in Lee and his team that we will get through this. We're creating chances, we're just not putting the ball in the net. If we're sitting here going, okay, we're not creating chances and we're not scoring goals, then you're thinking, okay, when's the next win going to come? But from my knowledge, the stats, the facts, we're creating a lot of chances, just not getting it over the line. So hopefully we get that little bit of luck and we can crack on, but we have to have stability at Birmingham City to succeed. There's not many clubs that get success in having a manager or changing a manager every 8, 9, 10 months. It's virtually impossible. So we have to build, I said it at the start of the season, we have to have stability at Birmingham City. We have to have an identity, we have to have a structure. And again, yes, we've hit a bit of a rocky patch, but we fully believe that we will come through this and then we will start to push on.
You'll have been there yourself as a player as well. You're talking about creating chances and making things happen on the pitch. We're not that far away from it, so I suppose now is about not panicking and being consistent with the project and the vision that's been set out from the start of the season.
Yeah, if you look at stats, I look at stats quite a bit, and I know stats are there and they're not producing results, but you have to look at performances. Yeah, we have been beat 2-3-0 a couple of times, but I think if the performances continue to improve, the results will come. And the start of the season, we was high press, we were pressing teams, we were probably a little bit open. I think Lee spoke about this in the press. And if you notice, the last couple of games we've been more of a unit, trying to let's try and keep a clean sheet and let's try and nick a goal. So it's about building a team. We've had one window, but what we will do is continue to build.
You mentioned January there as well, not too long away now. Sort of planning and thought going into that month and how we might drive standards and improve things already into that month and window.
Yeah, it's like I said at the start of the season. We're starting now to look into January. I said that at the start. We start to look at the end of the season, but we know where we are. We know we're in a transition. We know we haven't got millions and millions and millions of pounds to spend because every other club's the same, apart from the teams that are getting relegated and having that windfall of money with the parachute payments, which it's difficult. It's difficult to compete with them teams that are getting relegated, but that's no excuse. That's no excuse. We know where we are. We know what we've got to do. And we're working really, really hard behind the scenes to do that. Good.
And I suppose just finally, Craig, a message to those Blue Noses that are coming down on Saturday and taking up those offers and are able to come and support the team again.
Yeah, just we need you. We need the fans. We need you to get behind the club, the team. We're doing everything in our power to change. We know that we're not stupid. I'm definitely not stupid. We know that the fans haven't been happy in previous years. But we're slowly trying to change the whole club, from the academy, the first team, the women's team. We're trying to change the whole club, and we will get there. But what we need is patience, and we appreciate the fans. The fans have been unbelievable with the stadium. They've been unbelievable with not getting the results. But we're in a transition. We're trying to change, and for me, I can now start to see slowly the success we're having in performances, in creating chances. We've kept a lot of clean sheets as well. So hopefully now we can turn these tight games, these draws into wins.
Thanks for your time today, Craig. Cheers.
Cheers.